Haven was born January 6, 2006, and it was a normal pregnancy all along. We knew nothing different.
Haven was born at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were all excited. The doctors and nurses brought Eden and my parents in.
And everybody was taking pictures and doing the normal thing.
They took her over there, and they started weighing her, and they listened to her heart, and they looked at each other, and they started whispering.
Several doctors were coming in and listening, and they said that there was a problem, and they needed to take her to ICU.
And then the next thing I know, they whisked Haven out of the room. They came and told us that Haven was born with a congenital heart defect. We didn't know anything was wrong with her at all.
What happened over the next 10 days was 2 open heart procedures, and it was a series of emotions, up and down, good news, bad news, worse news. It was just a flood of information that I really couldn't take all that in.
I remember singing a lot. I don't know. I remember singing. I remember praying. I remember holding her hand. I remember singing Edelweiss a lot.
A couple days after her open heart surgery, they were removing the vent. She was on a ventilator. They were removing the vent, and for some reason that caused a problem.
They told me when they pulled Haven's vent, there's another tube called a nasal gastric tube. It's called an NG tube. And when they pulled the NG tube out of her stomach, she didn't like that, I guess. So her body did what's called a supravagal, and it just shut down.
She went into cardiac arrest, and they gave her CPR for 59 minutes. At that point, we're dealing with 2 problems. The first problem was that she didn't have a normal functioning heart, and the second problem now was that she had gone 59 minutes without oxygen, and we were told that, we might be dealing with mental problems at this point.
It was about close to a 1-year checkup that the doctor recommended that we go check into Easter seals, and I didn't like that at all. That hurt my heart. I think it scared me because it was different. There was something wrong with me, that Haven was wrong. There was something wrong with Haven, that she couldn't. I'm a dancer, and that's so much. I can't talk all that. I'll cry. That meant a lot to me, that she can't do that, I guess.
When there's a medical condition and a mental condition, as a dad, you know, there's no formula for how to fix that. And I like to fix things. I like to help my wife and my children, and this was something that I couldn't fix.
Valentine's Day, when she was, I guess, 13 months old, we went and did all those tests. And in March, we started at Easter Seals, and that just became our life. And so most we ever did was 7 hours a week therapy. And I would take her, and she would go and have PT and OT and speech over again and over again. And some days we'd do better, some days we'd melt down and we wouldn't want to go. But over the years, she's gotten so much stronger.
When we go to the doctor, I always ask, how is she progressing? And I'm just afraid that her progress is going to stop at some point, and she's going to be passed by her peers more than she is now. And so I guess that's my fear is, what's next? I guess I'm trying to understand really how she thinks. And so as a dad, I know that she understands that she's different, and people don't want to play with her on the playground, and it's harder because she has an assistant with her and she can't mingle with the kids normally. It's a challenge that I'm trying to meet, which is I'm trying to make her comfortable with who she is and where she is in life, and sometimes that's a challenge.
I guess growing up in a small town, all I did growing up was cheer and dance. That's literally all I did. Whether it's tap dancing, jazz, or cheering on team, everything was jumping around, running track, playing volleyball. That's what we do. And went to college. studied French, but my minor was dance. So I spent 5 hours in the dance studio every single day. Thinking that she couldn't do that scared me, I guess. But now I know she can do it. She just doesn't do the same motions we do. She loves to dance. She likes to hold your hands. She wants to spin. She wants to bounce. She will learn the motions. I've got videos in the front yard where she'll stand in her walker, and Eden and her friends will do cheers and dance in her walker. She still does all the motions. Even at church on Sunday, we do worship songs and we dance, and there she knows every single motion. Where we may lift 2 hands, she'll lift 1 hand. She will point with 1 hand. She'll try to move her feet back and forth. So she does. It's just different.
She enjoys studying very, very, very hard. I think she has to study a little bit harder than her peers. She also has to work a little bit harder at maybe sitting up than the kids next to her. So I don't think the other kids really know what she's going through, but she is so tough, so strong. She makes it look easy. What
Haven has done with all of her challenges with her speech, she actually is almost like a good bridge for people who are scared of people who can't do things, if that makes sense. She's gotten to do all these special luncheons and work for Children's Hospital with Children's Miracle Network, being a champion child and an ambassador, and now she's a youth representative for Easter Seals. And people will talk and spend time with Haven and learn more about kids who are different. So she's made a difference.
Haven is a very vibrant 7-year-old girl who loves life and enjoys playing pranks on people and telling jokes.
Haven Blue McCormack. She's my 7-year-old daughter who loves to laugh and to play practical jokes and play with her friends and sing and dance just like any other little 7-year-old girl.
I admire her because she's always has a smile and she's looking for, the next thing.